Hello and welcome to this midday, not a Dawn Busters, midday taste challenge. I was going to do this Thursday at dawn, but I was looking at the schedule and it seemed like Sunday might be a problem. It probably wouldn't be. I could fit it, but I said, nah, I'll go ahead and do it. And then I just moved everything up. So the Sunday I moved to Saturday, the Saturday I moved to Thursday, and the Thursday examination taste challenge I moved to today, Tuesday. And then I'll just won't mess up my quota. Like I only drink a certain amount each week. I just won't. There won't be anything for Sunday. All right, no problem. I did that before, just this past week, and in fact had skipped 2 days in a row. All right, well, whatever. That's immaterial. We're gonna do two kind of inexpensive, if you want to call it. We got J.W. Dant from 1836. Well, the company was founded in 1836. I don't know how long they've been having a J.W. Dant Scotch. Probably more like 1936. But whatever the case, I couldn't find the information. They don't really have a listing for this on the Heaven Hill website, except in their product list, they just say, okay, it's available in these bottle sizes, and it's a whole array of bottle sizes, but it doesn't give you any information on the product. It's okay because, like I said in previous videos, the back of the bottle is like an essay. It's aged 3 years. It's distilled and blended and aged in Scotland, and it's bottled in Kentucky. And my friend David called me last night and said he went by Dornex and bought a bottle. He couldn't resist the temptation to buy one for $8.99. And he was thinking about it and say, you know, it's pretty interesting. We did a video review, but I deleted it because it was too ragged. He didn't oppose that. We'll try to reshoot it one day if we get to it. Behind J.W. Dant stands a long tradition of skill and experience passed on from father to son. You know, the Scottish whiskey experience. Well, I wouldn't argue against that. JTLBZ says hi. Hi to you. But I mean, this is not exactly gourmet, you know, it's very standard. And we're going to go up against Piperdean. You say, Piperdean? Never heard of that. Yeah, well, it's a store brand for Albertsons, Safeway, Super Value, Jewel Osco bonds. An expertly blended Scotch whiskey matured in fine oak casks. I'm sure that is the case. Oak cask matured, premium quality. I don't know about the premium quality for I paid $5.99 for a bottle, $5.99 for one, for $7.50. So it's actually cheaper. It would be $7.99 for a liter, so it's $1 cheaper, you see. And I think it's going to taste about $1 cheaper. I didn't see Piperdean having too much going for it, but I was a little shocked this morning because I did the Clan McGregor. I'm going to eat after this. I'm not going to go long in this video because I want to eat lunch. I did the J.W. Dant. And in one video, I was calling it D.W. Dant, and I watched the playback. I said, why do I always do these misstatements? Like the video this morning, I said, I can't believe it's been 8 years since I reviewed this. I mean, 6 years since I reviewed this particular beer, 2018. And I'm thinking, no, dummy. It was September 2012, not 2018, but too late. It's already recorded. They used to let you put little annotations, like little notes. I don't think they let you do that anymore. You could say, no, I meant 2012. All right, so might have a little too much here. I mean, I said, well, heck, for $5.99, even if it's bad, I hadn't lost much. But I said, more than likely with these kind of things, it's not going to be bad. It's just going to be bland. It's not going to be anything to it. The J.W. Dant is kind of like that. It's mostly just base whiskey. But I had to eat my words a little bit, or drink my words, because I said that the Clan McGregor was smokier, had more peat character, and I'm going into all these elaborate details this morning at the 5:50 was like at 5:58 review examination, and I had them mixed up. So I said, oh, yikes. I guess if it's a challenge, sometimes it can be challenging. And this one probably will be. So I'm not too confident. So if I take a $5.99 blended Scotch whiskey and put it up against a $7.99 per liter Scotch whiskey and put it up against an $8.99 per liter Scotch whiskey, will I be able to? I will not probably be able to tell the difference very effectively. That's the hypothesis. I have too much in this one. I don't even remember which one it is. I'll mix them up. Just that sip right there is like grain whiskey. Sweet. Oh. But it has a little peat and a little smoke. Now, if you're coming into the video and you're saying, well, you know, I drank this single malt Scotch whiskey that I buy at my liquor store, and it's $87 a bottle. I bet it's better than what you're drinking. I mean, why are you even making that comment? Because it would be obvious that would be the case. You know, some things are just too apparent. You know, it's too. You pay $1,200 for your cell phone. It's probably better than the one that somebody paid $300 for. So there's no use getting too deep into that kind of thinking, because some of that thinking is like I said, it's obvious. Okay. My beer cans are getting all in disarray from the wind. I had the windows open. It's gonna be kind of hot today anyway. It's like fall, the fall that doesn't arrive. All right. They're both golden. Maybe they have a little, I like the way they're swishing around. Maybe they have a little greenish to them, but it's mostly golden. They're probably 80% grain whiskey, and they're probably 20% single malt varieties. I think with these kind of products, they don't want to make something terrible, because then people aren't going to buy it and they'll complain. You know, they want something acceptable. So yeah, it takes some expertise to have super consistency, acceptability for Sazerac, that's the Piperdean Sazerac, and Heaven Hill, okay? So your contention might be, you know what, there's no age statement on this. I thought there was an age statement. I have to, sometimes I go with my memory, and my memory's faulty. So I might have to update my notes on this. So there's no age statement, but it's still probably 3 years. But the Piperdean. You say, well, you mean there's a bunch of old drunks that want reliable hooch for their everyday boozing up? You could say that, but they would still, you know, they might go back into the store and say, I'm driving my stuff. You know, so they want, but honestly, a lot of people are buying this kind of stuff for parties. Like yesterday evening, the Saints game, the Washington Redskins at New Orleans Saints on Monday Night Football. I saw a lot of people preparing for game parties where they will occasionally look at the game in between blabbing and talking and doing everything else. I'm sure they all stopped to watch Drew Brees break the record, but they're going to buy this kind of cheap stuff because they don't want their party guests coming over there and just scarfing down all their good stuff. And that's what people will do. I know that from a guy who was telling me he used to own a business, and he would have Christmas party every year for his employees, but he wouldn't put out the good stuff because it would just, you know, just go wild and drink it all down. Well, he'd let them drink Old Crow. For y'all, you getting Old Crow. They didn't complain it was free. They drink it all, the whole bottle. But for himself, he bought the old granddad, you see. All right. It's a pungent, peaty, and some smoke. But I noticed that this kind of thing here, it has and I can't describe it. It's like a strange, like a sourdough. I know that's not right, but it's distinctive, and I don't know what it is, but you would never pick that up But I do pick up sourdough with bourbon sometimes. But this is alternate. You would never pick up this aroma aspect with American blended whiskey. Whatever that is, you just wouldn't pick it up. It's not so prominent here, but this one, oh, and it was funny because earlier this morning when I dumped out the last like milliliter of the Clan McGregor, it hit me. There was a wood component with it. I looked at the tag, Clan McGregor. I said, wow, I really picked up the wood at that last little call, that last little, I said, oh, okay. That's kind of exciting. I'm getting smoke here. Smoke, yes. Is it heavily smoked? No. But it's there, and then there's less of that sourdough. So do they smell the same? No, they do not. Do they smell similar? No. No, they don't. Maybe this is like a candy corn and some peat and some compost, and this is cleaner. I don't say better. I don't say better. Cleaner. Mossiness, kind of like that Jim Beam. You know, with Jim Beam, you get that mossy, that moss, that cellar mold, and that green wood. Oh, so strange. Let's go with the taste. I'm ready to eat some lunch in a minute. Yeah. All right. So there's two things running along here. There's a big thing and a smaller thing. Like the big thing is the column still grain whiskey. It's running along, you know, filler. Fine. Nothing wrong with it. Corn. I think of polenta, almost like yellow corn, not white corn, not white hominy. I got to remember to buy some golden hominy white hominy at Walmart. Didn't I have the golden hominy already? Yeah. Got to write that down on my list. Interesting product to eat. But beside it is bread, like a white bread or a dinner roll, which must be the single malt. You say barley, though. But bread, you can make barley bread. See, the bread. It could have wheat. It could have wheat. I think some scotches have wheat. No, don't they? Not a lot, like a little. I know bourbon can have wheat. Bourbon can have wheat, you know, wheat and rye. Yeah. Yeah. There's smokiness here. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Tastes like scotch. And it's I was talking about the moss and the cellar mold, and there's a smokiness. It's a moldy. It's got to be coming from those barrels. Oh, it's like you go to these barrel houses and there's that black mold everywhere. It's so strange. But we get a lot of mold in Louisiana. There's a lot of fungi and mold in this state. So there you go with the sinus problems that are endless. Everybody blow their nose all day long. Seriously, that's true. Yeah. There's a harshness, though, at the end. That's got to be coming from that grain whiskey. So right there, at you're saying, wait. It's a value. It's a value. It's value. Now, right at the end, it comes in and says, don't forget, it's a value product. It's value price. And then you say, yeah, it is, I guess. But you can have a lot of fun with these value price items, though, really. It doesn't have to be all buttoned down. And, you know, I watch a lot of beer reviewers and whiskey, too. They're so buttoned down and dour. You know, they're dour and serious. And they do good reviews, and I like, but they're kind of mad. You know, sometimes they seem like they're kind of angry, you know, and they're just, I want you to watch my stilted beer video. And there's sort of a defensiveness, you know, with their response to my comments. I don't know. I get the feeling I've noticed, though, you get uneasy about it. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I'm probably too loose or something. Some people might like that. Other people obviously hate it. Craft Beer Pour says, laugh out loud. So true. So true about what? I'm not sure what you're talking about. About the people being so buttoned down and dour. They're like, I ought to start a third channel called Dour Beer Reviews, where I just mimic that, you know, button down. This beer, you know, it's so fantastic, and you're not up to this level, and you're, how you doing, YouTube, you know, and all that. It's like, okay. And everything is about building the channel, and you can buy the products. That'll be the day. That will be the day when you see me walking around the store or at some, I'm on a road trip and I'm at a visitor center and I'm wearing somebody's beer review channel t-shirt. That will be the day when you know I've lost it, gone mad. Yes, the seriousness, some take it. Yeah, I just can't get into that. I'm serious about it. Like, I like to read about it and study it and drink it, you know. But to get into it like it's some kind of Oxford and Cambridge, Yale, Harvard exemplification, I can't get into it. I'm too much bayou country. I don't know. People say, not this again. He's going to start talking about his Southern man act that he puts on. No, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just always laugh about it because people actually believe it. That's the funny thing. They're like, that dumb Southern guy, I'll talk about him to his face and he won't even realize it, right? Because I'm dumb. I don't realize it. Okay, and can't see that I'm playing along for information gathering purposes. Do you? You don't see that? Okay, all right. Better watch the movie The Horse Soldiers. You might get a little lesson in Southern hospitality / information gathering techniques. Which would have worked if William Holden hadn't interfered. Damn you, William Holden. Damn you, Joey Jaja. Horrible movie. All right, anyway, so they're comparable, really. They're comparable. I mean, they're not the same. They're different. They have their own little quirky, unrefined, basic bottom bargain basement, bargain bottom bargain shelf, idiosyncratic presentations. But they are not the same. And here's the important part. And if you're going to buy either one of these, you should only shop price. Only shop price. Did I mention that you should only shop price? I mean, really. You say, well, you mean if it was a penny less? If it was literally a penny less per bottle, I would buy the one that was cheaper because that's how close they are in quality. Sazerac makes fine products. So does Heaven Hill. And they make really good, cheap rot gut products. You know what I mean? Like, you say, you mean for the old bums that stumble into the convenience store? Right. And for me. For them and me. They make really fine, top quality hooch. But, I mean, I'm joking, obviously. But I'm not really joking because they do. It's consistent. It's, you know, some people know what I'm talking about. Consistently mundane. Okay. There we go. But would you rather pay for upper level mediocrity, or would you rather pay for just mediocrity? Upper level mediocrity is probably a bigger disappointment, right? It's like you think you're going to win the national championship, but guess what? You're not. You know you're not, because you're going to lose. You're going to blow that game. You know you're going to blow the game. You know they're going to blow the game. They're not going to win that conference. And then and you go through that every year, and it's just like, all right. So which is which? Boy, this is tough. I mean, it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's entertaining. Hey. But it is tough. Man, it's bready. You say you're stalling for time because you're trying to go through your memory and pick them down. You got me. Huh? I am actually trying to do that. More smoky, more bready, more smoke and moss, more bread and barley oriented characteristics or something. All right. Okay, so we know that they're the same. They're similar in price. They taste different. The quality level is comparable, however. So now we got to say which is which. I think I'm going to go. I'm going to cheat. Here's how I'm going to cheat. I want to find out how I'm going to cheat. This morning, remember I did the Clan McGregor and the JW Dant, and I got them confused. And I was saying the Clan McGregor is so much smokier, so much smokier. It was the Dant. It was the JW Dant that was smokier. So I felt played, as they say on the streets of our inner cities. I felt played. And on ABC. So I think going by that smoky clue, that smokiness clue from this morning, I'm going to say this is JW Dant. Now, maybe that's cheating, but I ain't looking at the label until I call it. So I'm saying JW Dance. It is the JW Dance. Whoa. Ho, 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 ho. So, hey, you know, that's kind of interesting. So if you want a cheap, and I mean cheap, you know what I'm talking about? Cheap, $8.99 a liter. Blended Scotch whiskey that has a stronger than expected smoky quality, much stronger than expected, really, because you don't, well, expect it. I would say go to JW Dant. It's sort of a hidden jewel for our day drinking muchachos, our day drinking muchachos. So it's a surprise, and it's a pleasant surprise, and I'm very pleased that I bought it. And I'm curious. I have a feeling I'm going to talk to David tonight. He's going to give me some feedback on the dance. But I was warning him last night. Then he tells me, "Whoa, the 2018 1050 is awesome." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Hold on, time out." I said, "You're doing the JW Dance sipping whilst watching the Saints game. Fine, acceptable. But now you send me a text talking about how awesome the 1050 is. But I know you bought a stovepipe. I said, you better chill out. Don't you have to go to work tomorrow?" "Yeah, I do, but I know how to do these things." He's like, "I know how to do these things. You don't understand." That's true, I don't. Piperdean, yeah, it does have some. It's $1 cheaper per liter bottle. I don't think it's sold in liters though. But yeah, if you're looking for a Scotch that's more like bready, barley bread, dinner roll product, this could work. It smells good though. He said, "That's the liquor talking. You drank too." No. It does smell good. Hey, I mean, we're talking about, let's see, $6.09. You can get, this could be a great thing or an embarrassing thing, depending on how you look at it. You can get these 2 bottles for less than $15 before tax. Well, some people would look at that as just a head shake or a head scratch or a embarrassment. But you could join my team and look at it as an adventure. Oh, by golly. All right. Well, you got to give them credit. The Piperdean label does look kind of nice. It actually looks like a legitimate product, like a real brand, you know. They did a good job on it, because a lot of these store brands, they just scream, you know, store brand, store brand. This one doesn't do that. And the JW Dance is an actual brand. It's not a private label. It exists. It's been on the market for a lot longer than I've been alive. Well, that's it. That's all we can say about it. So it's lunchtime, and what did I prove today? Well, all kidding aside and all the jocularity aside, I think you could do all right with these 2. Really, I have to admit that. So it's going to be about Oh, golly. It's going to be about a month at least, maybe more than a month before I do any more blended scotch. Hate to wait that long. But it looks like I will have to. And what's the next one coming up? Oh, I think it's going to be J&B, Justerini and Brooks. I think it's going to be Justerini and Brooks. That's going to bring in a lot of excitement. Oh, yeah. So we're going to take a break from the blended Scotch whiskeys. As sad as that is. And we got some on Thursday and Saturday of this week, and then next week, continuing on until we exhaust the round robin, we've got the blended American whiskeys. You say, oh, wow, what is it going to be? King Square? How'd you guess? That's right. King Square. King Square. Oh, boy, it's an unusual product. Believe me, you. Believe you, me. Believe you, me. What a strange product. Bottled in Florida.